Hello, this video will show you how to solve the arithmetic problem in Python, which asks you to let the user practice arithmetic by generating two random numbers and asking the user to either add, subtract, or multiply them. So it should go something like this. First you ask them what kind of an operation they need to perform. Then you give them two randomly generated numbers to either add, subtract, or multiply, depending on what they chose. If their answer is incorrect, you repeat the same question over and over again until they give you a correct answer. Only after they have given you the correct answer do you ask them if they would like to try again. If they would like to try again, then you repeat the same thing, but this time with two different numbers. And again, if they give you the incorrect answer, you repeat the same question with the same random numbers. So how are we going to do this? Well, the first thing that we need to do is we need to generate two random numbers. So the first step is we're going to import randint. And the second step is we're going to generate a random number, right? My first random number, and then my second random number. Okay. After I have generated my two random numbers, let's say we're only going to work with addition. So this is only if the user has decided to do addition. We're simplifying it for our sake. And then what we're going to do is, first step is we're going to ask the user what is one number plus another number, right? %i plus %i tells it to insert these two variables inside of the text. Okay, so let's check to see how this is going to work. If I run it, it just asks me what is this plus this. Doesn't matter what I enter. If I run it again, it should give me two different random numbers. So the randomness part is working correctly up to this point. Now the next thing we need to do is ask the question again if the user is incorrect. Alright, so how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to do something like this. Okay, so while the user's answer is not equal to these two numbers added, which is what we're asking them to do, then I'm going to ask them the same question again, but this time I'm going to tell them no, that is incorrect. Okay, so if I run the program again this time, now if I give it an incorrect answer, then it is repeating it the same question over and over again with the same random numbers. If I give it the correct answer, then the loop stops. And that is the way it should work up to this point. Okay, now this is only if it is for addition. So now let's add, so if it is addition, we're going to say something like if operation equals add, right? Let's just do it this way. So then I'm going to indent all this underneath. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to ask the user, we're going to ask them operation equals input, would you like to add, subtract, or multiply. Alright, so those are the choices they have. And then if I run the program again, would you like to add, subtract, multiply? I want to try to multiply. It doesn't do it. Okay, so here it doesn't know what operation is because I misspelled it. So operation is not spelled correctly. And save again, check again. One more time. I want to try to multiply, nothing happens. Okay, try it again. This time I only want to do it I want to try addition. And then yes, for addition it goes in there, and then I'm going to go in there and give it a wrong answer, right answer, and then it stops. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is we need to allow for this thing that we have written up to this point to be repeatable. So the whole thing needs to be repeated, right? So how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to put, what do we want to repeat? Well, everything up to this point. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a while true. So what is a while true? It's a never-ending loop. This loop is going to go on forever. And how we're going to stop this loop? Well, I'm going to go and ask the user for another input here. Repeat equals input. Would you like to try again? And let's just say user yes, no, so they know what to enter. And if repeat is not equal to yes, then we're going to break this loop. So if they don't want to repeat this whole thing again, right, then what we're going to do is we're just going to break. We're going to stop this never-ending loop that repeats the whole thing for us. Okay, so let's check it. So first I want to try to multiply again to mess with it. Would you like to try again? So it didn't do anything. Okay, yeah, I want to try again. So this time I want to add two different numbers. Okay, wrong, 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 right. Would you like to try again? Yes. I want to try to subtract. Doesn't do anything, just as it should. I want to try again. I want to add the two different random numbers. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Give it a right. And then finally, no, I don't want to try again. And then the program stops. Okay, so this is how we're going to do the arithmetic problem using only the concepts, the basic concepts that you have learned or supposed to have learned up to this point. And what are those concepts? Making a random number, using loops, and selection. Okay, so we had to do loop selection and repetition and random numbers in your program. So what are you supposed to do? Well, now what you need to do is you need to also do the subtraction and also need to do multiplication. Okay, so get started. Let me know if you have any questions.